Ole Miss beats Georgia 39-34 in the All-State Sugar Bowl college football playoff quarterfinal. Unbelievable game, man. Spectacle of a football game to watch. Both teams played extremely well. I thought the quarterbacks played well. This one was just fun to watch all the way around, man. Especially thinking about some of the other playoff games we've had that have been a little bit of stinkers here and there, haven't been quite as competitive. This one was every bit of entertaining all the way through and through. Shocking result to me. Look, I think Georgia's a really good football team, but Ole Miss came out inspired. Trinidad Chambliss played an unbelievable game, played his heart out. Cannot forget Carnero, the kicker. I thought he was, if not for Chambliss, by far the MVP of this game. Ole Miss's defensive line played extremely well. And it was just a fun game to watch. It sucks that someone had to lose this game. I think both teams played extremely well. Both teams made a lot of mistakes. Both teams had, big momentum shifting plays. It was everything you want to see in a competitive game against two extremely good teams. So without talking any further, let's go ahead. Let's just get into the film room. I'm going to show you guys some big plays in this game, things that we saw, what Ole Miss did to win, a couple things Georgia did that maybe hurt them, maybe helped them. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to the film room. First play we're going to dive into and look at Ole Miss defense. We have to. We know how bad this defense played in the last matchup against the Dogs. This time, much, much, much better in this football game. Look, you take away that fumble recovery for a touchdown that the Dogs had that was 7 points, inevitably, right? That takes them down to 27 points on offense. That's impressive. And you made Georgia punt this time, finally. Last time these two teams met, that wasn't the case. So, first play, let's get into it. Great coverage here out of the Rebels. All right. Stockton's going to look exactly where he wants this thing to go. He's not comfortable with the window. He sees nothing. This is a big third down, friends. First quarter, big third down. Great coverage down the field. We keep Stockton in the pocket. Everything about this I love. Okay. I'm going to show you where Georgia and Stockton probably could have made this play. But on the same token, I thought Ole Miss was in a good position. I think they did a really good job in coverage of at least just making this a nerve-wracking throw for Gunnar Stockton. So again, his eyes are going to go to the left immediately. Right, safety shaded over there. We have what really looks like a base cover 2 zone here. Okay, so we're gonna sit and wait for Zechariah Branch to kind of cross this. But really the problem is, here's our predicament. We're taking this deep route up here. Okay, we're not really gonna be able to get over there, and we're gonna come down into this flat area. Like the hook to curl is covered here, right? We're gonna take away the flat here. So there's a window. Let me erase all my drawings here. There is absolutely a window. Whoops, I should probably just erase them all at once. Right here, where Gunnar Stockton can absolutely put this ball. And we're only sending 3. Again, Pete Golding does this a lot, where he will only send 3 and drop as many people into zones and coverages as he can. Especially Georgia, right? You want to cover every window possible. Although, there's still a window here. But the thing is, I love the leverage that I see here. I love this leverage, right? We haven't fully committed to the flat. We also have not fully committed to this out route. Right, this kind of like middle third almost. We're not in the deep third yet, but we're not coming down into the flat. We're just kind of floating right in this sweet spot, trying to take away this window for as long as we can until we do commit to a route. We're watching Gunnar Stockton's eyes, right? There's really nothing to throw this to, right? If we anticipate this too much, he drops back. He's sitting in our window right here. If we try to go underneath, sure, but it's 3rd and 10. There's no guarantee we're even going to get to the sticks. He gets nervous. He rolls out. We do a good job of staying in coverage here. We're glued. There's nothing down the field. Guys, I love everything about this from Ole Miss. This is great defense. It's discipline. 3-man rush. We stay well leveraged on the outside. We force an errant throw. Good coverage down the field. I love everything about it, friends. Next up, Ole Miss offense. Trinidad Chambliss, man, making plays. This is a tough play to defend. Nearly impossible to defend because we put a defender in a really tough bind, right? We zip this thing now. It almost looks like we're throwing back across our body. Cardinal sin, we never want to do that. But the beauty of this play and what I love is the predicament we put one of the defenders in, okay? Cover 2, as simple as it gets, right? 2 deep safeties on this one. We're going to get number 2. I believe that's Caden Lee, I think, on a shallow crosser, right? Right across the middle of this field. Here's what I love about this. Empty backfield, but we're going to get Chambliss on the roll, all right? With a quarterback like Chambliss, there's really 2 options on this thing. He either tucks it and runs, or we hit this shallow crosser as it keeps going. The biggest thing is we put him in a bind here. A decision has to be made. Either we come up and take away the run. As soon as you do that, I'm throwing back into the window that you leave right here. Obviously a little bit further to the right as this kind of draws out. We're going to be moving this direction. But I'm going to show you guys as I play this here slowly. Right, we're going to get to that point We're gonna look one way. We're gonna roll out. Okay. Now again, right here is the bind. Okay. We have to take away this route. We have to take away this route here. We're obviously moving over to that. We think we know what's going on. We feel like we have this covered, and we could throw this ball right now. Really, right? It's there, but the longer we can put this linebacker right in a bind and force him to have to either come up and make a tackle or to essentially kind of draw this line out and sit on this route as he knows it's coming across. That's where it comes open. And the reason I wanted to show this play is because Ole Miss had a ton of success on this all game long. We saw them run this play, and Chambliss kind of hit this back across the body throw into this window at least maybe 4 or 5 times in this game because that's a really tough situation, right? We have to keep our angle and our leverage to the sideline because if we do anything other than that, right? If we play this a little bit tighter, it's a one-on-one block, and Chambliss has all this grass to run, right? So it's a really tough position. This is a great cover two beater. I love these shallow crossers, and when you have a receiver that does exactly this, they sit, just sit. Do not keep running into another zone. As soon as you get in a window, sit in that window. Chambliss does a good job, zips this thing back across his body. Scary, but it works. Love it. Next play, huge, huge, huge 3rd and 6 for the Dogs. Got to give some flowers to this Ole Miss defensive line, man. They did such a great job, even on plays where we're only bringing 3 or 4. I thought the Rebels did a really, really good job against a very tough offensive line. Now, I understand Georgia, obviously, without Bobo. A couple injuries. Banged up on that O-line, some guys moving pieces. But I still thought Ole Miss did a good job. Georgia's going to try to catch the Rebels sleeping a little bit here. We've now jumped to the third quarter. And what I like about this is the adaptability, because as we watch this develop, I want you guys to just watch this develop. Base cover 2 out of Ole Miss. We're going to drop out, right? We show blitz. We end up dropping out. Georgia blocks this thing nearly to perfection. Everything they could want is right here for the taking, right? We're just going to seal off this edge. We're pulling our guard around. We're going to get a nice little combo block right there. They're only sending 3 as we dropped our mic out. Okay, now, who is this? Is this Lawson Lucky or Oscar Delp? I think this is Lawson Lucky, I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I think Delp is number 4. All we have to do is come and seal this. But what you're going to watch here is one great effort out of, I believe this is Eccles, and 57 for the Dogs. We're just going to shut off this block too fast. We have help at second level, right? There's going to be a gap that opens up right in this window. That's 6 yards. I think this is one of those play calls from Bobo where we're trying to catch Ole Miss almost playing safety, right? They're playing a safety coverage. If they're only going to send 3, we've seen this on film, I can almost guarantee you this was the call. Hey, they're only sending 3 on these 3rd and intermediate, 3rd and longs. So let's get them with a quarterback draw. The problem is when you block it this poorly, this is what's going to happen. Everything looks great here, but 57 just comes off this block too quick. Like, we move him, man. We gotta get physical. We gotta move him. We can't just stand him up in the pocket or stand him up in the trenches and then let him make this play, right? The gap is there. I mean, we're getting second level. I think we got there too soon. We could have sealed this off. We're going to get here and at least put some kind of body on it. We only need 6 yards. That's it, man. It was there, but a great job out of this Ole Miss defense, man. Stay physical, stay in the play. You're getting double teamed and you're still able to make a play. This was obviously a huge stop, right? Coming out of the locker room, must-stop situation for the Rebels. They get the job done, get a chance to get Chambliss back on the field and get that offense going. Quick one here for us, friends. Ole Miss, take what they give you. This is a zone beater. Georgia obviously tried to take this away a lot in this game. We saw Georgia aggressive, sitting on these underneath routes, sitting on a lot of the screens. Look, they know exactly what Charlie Weiss Jr. wanted to do in this football game. But even then, on 2nd and 10, this is a perfect play call. It calms your quarterback down. It's an easy completion. It's a great job out of the receiver knowing the window. And it makes 3rd downs a whole hell of a lot more manageable. And it's simple football, guys, right? Georgia, cover 2. We're not going to be able to get to this window fast enough. Look how simple this is. Look how simple. I love it. I wanted to showcase this because I think this is game-changing plays. It doesn't seem like it, but these little plays, when you go from 2nd and 10 to what would then be a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, in a moment where you're down 21-12 in the third quarter, you just need to move the ball, right? Get these easy completions. Let Chambliss zip this thing in, get some positive yards. Let's just keep moving. Take what the defense gives you. Georgia, at this point, is starting to back up a little bit, right? Earlier in the first quarter, the leverage these safeties had felt more around 10 to 15 yards. Now we're erring on the side of 15 to 20, right? We're a little bit deeper, and it's only 2nd and 10, okay? Not quite an obvious passing down. Now, yes, they're playing from behind, but still a lot of time left. I think Charlie Weiss Jr. saw this on film as Georgia's starting to kind of back up a little bit. They don't want to get beat deep. They're going to keep it in front of you. Ole Miss has not proven they can run between the tackles. Kejuan Lacey's obviously had some success running outside the tackles, C gap and beyond, but in between the tackles, it wasn't there. So let's use the pass game as a supplement to the run game. Take what they give you. Make third downs easier. Make life easier for everybody. Easy completion. Way to sit, turn, absorb contact, and even fight for a couple extra yards forward. Absolutely love it. Blocking, blocking, blocking. This is poetry in motion of how to pick up a block, how to spring a play, right? 4th and 3. This is, it almost feels do or die. We're down 21-12. There's 6 minutes left in the third quarter. We got to get some momentum. We need a play. We need a drive here. We're on the 44-yard line roughly. And I want you guys to just watch right here. This is a thing of beauty. This is the reason this 4th and 3 works. Georgia's going to show some simulated pressure. They're going to end up bringing it. Okay, offensive line, we're communicating. We're coming down. If this block is missed or not made, this play does not happen whatsoever. It does not happen. We get enough time for a crosser out here to come across in man-to-man coverage at that point, right? It's one-on-one. The safety starts to kind of fade out of the picture. And because of this block by 22, that's what seals this play. And that's what gives Ole Miss a chance to keep this drive going. Great completion. I mean, every boom, boom. That is how you stand up. You don't get planted on your ass. You don't whiff on the block. You just stand up and contact on contact, man. That's what we need. Now I want you to watch how much time Chambliss has in this pocket. Look how much time he has for this to develop. By this point, safety's gone, right? We got single coverage on a crossing route with that much time. Look, we're going this way. We're going this way. We're going this way. We're both sitting on that. I have all the time in the world. I get a good block here. 22 still engaged. Hey, you know what? Maybe we're hugging a little bit. Maybe we got away with a hold. There was a ton of questionable calls, both sides of the ball in this game, but I still can admire the fact that we got in there and we made contact head on, face on. We didn't get planted, and we gave our guy plenty of time. I thought the offensive line and him did an incredible job on this play. I think they deserve the credit. We zip in this crossing route, boom. Huge first down, great adjustment, and that keeps the drive alive and eventually puts the ball in the end zone for the Rebels. Huge play. Blocking, little things, little details, man, they add up. They can absolutely win you football games. This is a really, really tough play for Georgia. When you think about not only the timing on this play, because this came shortly right after, actually, immediately after the fake punt. So for those of you that watched the game, Georgia converted a fake punt. The very next play, you had to sense it was coming. Play action, shot play, right? All the momentum in the world. Let's capitalize on it. Let's get this thing either in the end zone or maybe a big gain, maybe even draw a penalty. And what better look could you possibly get for this play call? What better look could you get? The run game's been gashing Ole Miss, okay? Single high safety. Our other safety's down in the box. He's down deep in the box. Now, what's going to happen is Ole Miss is actually going to try to send a corner blitz. So right where my arrow is coming from off the side of the screen, we're going to come down in a corner blitz, which is going to almost disguise this cover one. It's really more like a man-to-man, but this safety is now going to shift over in man-to-man coverage, really technically at least that deep third of the field to have to cover that outside wide receiver. And he does one heck of a job. Now, the route that should have been thrown here is what I'm going to show you. I think Stockton got a little bit greedy, right? Wanted the big play, maybe was trying to draw a flag. But again, we're going to see this corner. We're coming down, okay? Immediately, this safety knows, hey, I got to cover. I got to get out here and cover this vertical. This safety is obviously going to get over to that side of the field. And we're going to see a lot of guys are going to quickly drop back into, a little bit of an underneath zone and try to take away some of these crossing routes or flats. We're not going to see a lot of crossing routes. So we do a great job. We get the hips turned, right? Now, I think if this is any other route, like if we maybe stick this here, we run like a stick concept, the way this safety turned, when that corner blitz came, obviously he had to pretty much leverage towards that direction. If we got any kind of a post route, I think this is a walk-in touchdown because this safety's having to bite down on Lost Unlucky or Oscar Delp, one of the two, whoever that is there right here. But instead what happens is we actually get, again, like a smash concept. So we get a vertical, and then we're going to get an out route. The out is what's going to be open, not the vert. But, again, momentum, wanting to make the big play. We're coming off a huge momentum play, fake punt. Hey, shot play action. Let's get this thing in the end zone. And Stockton, look, this thing, the out route is wide open right now. It's wide open. I mean, this is for the college level, Division One and the NFL. This is what you would consider wide open. I mean, this window right here, he is not making this play. I mean, this it's a routine ball. It is a routine ball over his head, underneath him. Right, we're way out of position. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, maybe almost 4 yards worth of separation here to this sideline. We could even time this thing up, right? Put this on a laser right on that sideline. We got athletes at tight end. Maybe get a block here and take this thing up the sideline and score. But instead, this one hurts, man. We go for the vertical, and the coverage is pretty darn good. We're hip to hip right there. Not a lot of separation, and obviously we miss the open guy. We try to take the deep shot. There's really nothing there, in my opinion. I don't think there was enough contact to draw a flag, and just a missed opportunity. Last play I'm going to show here, I got to show Trinidad Chambliss again, man. This is coming off the two wild scramble around and one forehand flip or forward flip to Keywan Lacey. The other one we rolled all the way around and just the wild plays, right? But here's the one I think was the biggest of them all and really the game changer. And I'm going to show you guys this thing. We're going to roll out, right? We sense pressure right up the A gap. We're going to roll out. Great adjustment from our receiver, and I mean a dot. Absolutely gorgeous throw on the run, rolling out. I mean, this thing is just. Are we serious here, man? Like, are we serious? Georgia's going to bring down a safety into the box, okay? They're going to bring four, right? But they're sitting underneath. It's almost like a cover one robber. Now, we're going to shift over to the middle of the field. But what I want you to watch is we're going to get what's like a skinny post, but a great adjustment here on this route. So, again, we're trying to drop back really now into what's like a cover two, a simulated cover two look. We have our middle safety that's taken away this crossing route. It's not there. Underneath is not there. We have extra guys in blocking. We get a lot of pressure up the middle. So as soon as we roll this thing out, what I want you to watch is the adjustment by our wide receivers. This is absolutely beautiful heads up football right here. We sense Trinidad's in trouble, right? We're rolling out. We immediately right here, we're coming across. What do? We redirect this route, right? We have him tailing us. We're going to plant this foot and boom, we're going to send this thing back the other way, away from the safety, away from all this traffic. And it's an easier throw for Chambliss, right? Coming this way, he doesn't have to throw back across his body. He's right-handed. This is the throw that he can make, and he does an unbelievable job. This is beautiful chemistry, right? It's off script. Guys, sometimes it's the littlest details that can win you football games. If we keep running this route the wrong direction, who knows, man? We might get blown up here. Maybe we come off this and make a big play. It's again, I could say it over and over and over again. It is the littlest of details. We turn that route. Chambliss puts this thing on an absolute rope. Just a thing of beauty, man. Absolutely gorgeous football right there. And a great heads-up play out of both of those guys. Friends, that's all I got. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. If you like the video and you like the content, do me a favor. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It truly means a lot to me. Gonna be a little more consistent, or at least try my best to. Life's been crazy and I haven't uploaded quite as much as I want to, but a little easier to do it now when there's not 60, 70, 80 games on the weekend, and now we're kind of dwindling down, unfortunately. But gonna try to upload some videos of the Orange Bowl and some of the other games that we got to see and do some film breakdowns on those as well. And most definitely we'll have some content out for the semifinals and the championship game. So with all of that being said, one last time, thank you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.